AITA for telling my fiance's grandparents that I don't put their actions on him.
I 27F have known my fiance for 8 years now and we're getting married next year.
He does not have a relationship with his mother anymore and his dad died when he was 6 years old.
He had grandparents, aunts and uncles as well as cousins from his dad's side he was very close to and still is today.
From his mother's side he only had grandparents that he still spoke to, but he was not that close to them.
During our relationship they did get closer because they validated my fiance's bad experiences with his mom and they accepted that she did a poor job after his dad died and had really messed with my fiance's head.
My fiance's mother had 2 additional children before he moved out of her house.
She has a daughter who would be about 9 now and a son who would be 11 I think.
I've never met them, so I could be off by a year or 2.
My fiance does not see these kids. He does not want to see them or have any contact with them.
This was always something he was honest about.
He never wanted to reconcile with his mother and would never be okay with anyone attempting to encourage that, and he also had no interest in getting to know her children either now or in the future.
I accepted that.
His grandparents said they understood this,
but they were lying.
After we got engaged, his grandparents invited us over for dinner at their house, and who was there?
The kids.
My fiance was furious and the grandparents had already told them about my fiance and the fact that we were getting married.
His half-sister was super excited and had wanted to meet him for ages and was given the idea by the grandparents that she and her brother would be at the wedding.
My fiancé demanded to speak to his grandparents and he told them they had crossed a line and could get themselves out of it because there was no way he was inviting the kids.
We left after this and his grandparents reached out multiple times to scold my fiancé and tell him he shouldn't take his issues out on the kids and he should embrace having siblings.
His response was fuck biological ties and fuck the idea that he's going to accept any of his mother's additional children into his life because he doesn't care if they have a DNA connection or not.
After enough of these arguments and my fiancé blocking them, they reached out to me and asked me how I could marry someone who would reject his own flesh and blood and 2 kids at that, one who had been so excited to meet him and be part of his life.
They told me that should make me hate him to see him crush her the way he did.
I told them I don't put their actions telling the kids, bringing them to the house, setting us up on my fiancé because he was always clear on this. They accused me of being heartless to innocent children I have no prior bad history with because I defend him.
I shook it off.
But they really didn't like me blaming them and have since said I'm not only heartless but rude. AITA?